Welcome back to another F124 video. This time we are in Canada. One of the tracks that I personally love in real life, and a track that I am decent at in this game. So hopefully we will definitely last until the end of this race and hopefully even get some points. But speaking of points, I noticed that I forgot to do this at the end of the last one. So Max Verstappen does still lead with Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris in the top three. I have dropped down to P9, Kevin Magnussen still P10, and has dropped down to P6. So, that's not fun. That is not fun at all. And I did do some R&D literally right before I started this. I believe I got that one because Magnussen failed, and then I got it was one of these. I think it was that one. I'm not sure, but it was one of those two. And we are sitting still in front of Alpine and Kick Sauber. But if we get our upgrades, we would be better than Williams, and that's assuming Williams doesn't get upgrades. But if we look at the differences, can I click on one? There we go. I am at the bottom of aerodynamics, but my aerodynamics that are coming in would put us above Williams at least, so that is good. That's not what I meant to do here. Let's go look at chassis. Is there something I can look at? Yes, there is. We are in front of Williams, Alpine, and Kick Sauber here. So not still in the bottom. Oh my goodness, I did it again. Still in the bottom there, but it is something. Can I click on any of these? I cannot. So I can't really tell where we are here, unfortunately, unless y'all know a different way of doing that. Please let me know. And the one we are waiting on is this one. So we're going to look at that one, and we're in front of Kick Sauber, Red Bull, and Visa Cash App RB in the durability. Still at the bottom half, but we are in front of a good team. So I'm okay with that. Specialist, there we go. So our manufacturing expert, he wants us to drive 0 miles during the race weekend. That sounds so easy, it's almost too hard to believe. For our wind tunnel engineer, reach 175 miles an hour for 30 seconds. I think I can do that. There is a long straight for us to do that on. Technically, I believe there's a couple places I believe I should be able to hit that. Complete 10 laps during the race weekend, in and out laps not included. That seems way too easy, so there's no chance we're passing that up. For our strategy, complete the race strategy program on 2 different tire types. Complete a driven lap in 2 different sessions. That's so easy. We're going to do that one. But yeah, so as we move forward, we're going to get some weekly resources, but that's not what we're worried for. We want to see Magnussen did not get his upgrade. I got mine. I got both of mine, so that is good. So we're going to go look at that, and we're almost there. Like, it almost looks like we're ahead of them, but I guess there's still the durability that's coming in, and that's what it's looking at. Where was that Magnussen upgrade that failed? The ignition system. So we will be able to see that we have the second best engine, and we share an engine with Ferrari. So it is a little shocking to see that Kick Sauber's engine is not on the same level as ours, but we are in second, right behind Ferrari, and with this upgrade, that would put us in front of Ferrari and put us in the lead there on the engine components. And that's kind of wild, seeing that we only have 5 of 22 there, and that little graph, that pie graph down there, don't make a lot of sense. We got 5 of 22, 7 of 27, and I don't think that yellow should be as far down as it is, but it is. And then there's 5 of 23 over here, chassis. That's way lower than the engine, so I don't understand the pie chart, but it is what it is, and we are off into Canada, and I will see you guys during the qualifying and the race, and then we will be back to this at the very end. So enjoy what is yet to come. And here we are in Q1, where on my first lap here in Q1, I got a massive tow from the McLaren Lando Norris, bringing me in at a 110.5, putting me at P2 in front of Norris. But with a time like that and as high as I stayed up there, I decided to stay in, save some tires, and as that timer hits 0, you can see we got P4. So moving on to Q2, where I will set my last lap, currently sitting P14, trying to make it into the top 10 shootout with a 1.1 second better time difference, and that's going to put me P2 here in Q2, hoping that we can keep a hold of that here in Q3 though, setting our very first lap here in Q3 as we come across the line with a 110.6, very close to my very first time, but doesn't put me nowhere near where I was. That's how much of a difference 1/10 can make. But near the end, I'm sitting P10, and you can see the rain is falling, and I don't have time to even start the lap. So I will be starting this race at P10.
Here in Montreal, lights out is quickly approaching on this artificial island originally built for the World Fair in 1967. Now it's used for a World's Fair of a different kind, ever since Formula One first arrived here. We're back in Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Jester, Ricciardo, Sainz, Stroll, Gasly, Magnussen, Sargent, Joe, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Bottas, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
And the moment we've all been waiting for, the Canadian Grand Prix, right after a very terrible Monaco. The red lights are out, and we get a very slow start off. So, because of a penalty, we actually started P9, but the slow start will put us back down in P10, fighting for P10 with Lance Stroll, who's right there on the inside there. He's going to want to try to come up there and take that point spot away from me, but he forgot I am the best diver in F124. Might have cut a little curb there, but we won't talk about it. And we get P10. No, what did I just say? I'm the best diver in F124. So not only do I take my spot back from Ricciardo, I also take a position from Piastri. So started in P9, moved to P10, had a little bit of a moment in P11, but now I'm sitting P8 behind Ocon, where 2 laps later here on lap 3, I try to go around the outside with a little bit better of a get off. I'm able to stay with him, and very easily through the chicane I am going to take P7 away from him, and it's going to put me right here in my favorite diving spot, where I'm only going to overtake Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari for P6, now sitting behind Alonso and Perez. But as you can see on the mini-map there, Verstappen and Russell just went away with this one. They are long gone. Here on lap 6, though, another dive up the inside. A little too risky of a dive, I will say. I did slide, made some contact with Alonso, but I will get up into P5. I will have that DRS, and I will use whatever I can to get away from Alonso and try to catch up with Norris and Perez. On lap 7, I made a little bit. Oh, there goes Perez. Perez is off the road. He locked up. It slowed down Lando Norris just enough for me to catch up to him. And would you look at that, it's coming up to another good diving spot up the inside on Lando Norris and the McLaren. Up into P3. I will have the DRS, so I should be able to get away from him pretty easily here. One would think. At least that's the plan. But he's anyway. Being in P3 as one of the slower cars, it's gonna be some work. And as you can see, Alonso got in front of me. Norris got in front of me once. I got back in front of him. There comes Perez. He's fighting for a spot. I just don't have DRS to hold on to it. But can I hold on to P4 against Lando Norris? Going around the outside here on lap number 9. Lando Norris still there, but I almost lost my back end there. But P4 will be mine. I'm outside of that DRS range of Alonso, so hopefully I can get into it before the next DRS spot. But no, I will not, as I will go into the pit lane at P4. 2.5 stoppage time. It's fantastic. I hope we can do that on F1 Manager 24. Dropping all the way down to P14 behind Alonso. There goes Leclerc. Can I get back in front of him over here? Around the outside. He's coming up the inside. And no, I cannot. Leclerc will have P13, which will officially knock me down 10 spots. And Lance Stroll also did not finish. I don't know if you saw him parked over there by the wall. But Lance Stroll, one of my rivals, will not finish this race. So that's going to make me look good. As we make a couple more passes of people in the pit lanes, this is going to bring me up to P7. But now on lap 14, Charles Leclerc cannot get away from my DRS. As I am zooming, I faked the inside. I'm going to take the outside, and honestly, that line looked way better than any other line I have taken. So now I'm up into P6, but what is that? Lando Norris in the pit lanes. That's going to put me up to P5. P5 with about 11 laps to go here on lap 15. But near the end of lap 15, starting lap 16, Piastri also in the pit lanes. That's going to put me up into P4 with now officially 10 laps to go here in the Canadian Grand Prix. And all I got to do is fight off Leclerc, which was actually easier than I thought it would be, as there was no other action in this race until we get to the end, where here at the Canadian Grand Prix, I will cross the line in P4, bringing home some more points after a terrible, and I mean a terrible, Monaco Grand Prix.
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
And that is the Canadian Grand Prix, with Max Verstappen winning this one, yet another win under his belt. Alright, okay. So, my mic unplugged, and I plugged it back in. Sorry. Max Verstappen winning this one, yet another win for him. George Russell in second, Fernando Alonso in third. That is your podium. I come in fourth. We come in fourth, guys. Like I said, I was hoping for points. I didn't think I'd get this many, but I am okay with it. K-Mag can do it in, it wasn't Monaco, it was Imola. So, I mean, shoot, we must have a decent car. We just need decent, consistent drivers. Jesus, I can't talk. Charles Leclerc gets 5th, Lando Norris in 6th, Perez in 7th, Carlos Sainz in 8th, Oscar Piastri in 9th, and Esteban Ocon in 10th. That is your top 10. After that, you got Daniel Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda, Lewis Hamilton, not scoring any points today, Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent, Pierre Gasly. Unfortunately, Kevin Magnussen dropped a couple of good spots there. Was never in the points, but man, if we can get double points, that'd be great. Alexander Albon, P18, Valtteri Bottas, P19, and Lance Stroll did not finish. Now, I didn't do this the last video, and I feel bad for it, but we're going to do it this video because I did not forget this time. Max Verstappen still leading your Drivers' Championship with 192 points. Carlos Sainz behind him with 111, and George Russell in third with 102. Then you have Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, myself, Sergio Perez, and Oscar Piastri in the top 10. After that, you have Alexander Albon, Kevin Magnussen still in P12, Lance Stroll in 13th, Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, and Logan Sargent, the last two not scoring any points whatsoever. Moving on to the Constructors, Red Bull leads it with 258 points, with Ferrari in second with 199 points. So there's still a little bit of a battle, probably with the top three. Mercedes in third with 174, if they can figure out how to get in front of and stay in front of Max Verstappen. McLaren in P4, Aston Martin jumped us the last week for P5, and we are in P6. We're the next one to hit triple digits, hopefully, because the group behind us only has 15 points, with Williams being that constructor. Kick Sauber P8, Alpine P9, and Visa Cash App RB only scoring 9 points so far this season. Championship rivalry. This one is new. We have, it looks like Sergio Perez. It is Sergio Perez behind us. We have 70 points in the championship. He has 66 points. Increased points to 83 to win. So I'm assuming the first one to 83 wins this one. And we're going to have another look at that to see exactly where he is compared to us. I'm assuming he's behind us. I just don't know if he's right behind us or not. Looking at our ratings, look at everything go up this week that we've actually finished a race. And we are still 79 overall, which is not going to help our rivalry with Lance Stroll. And now we have more recognition than Kevin Magnussen. We still have not. We have to get to 55 for the next one. But the team trusts me more than K-Mag. What can I say? I'm putting in the effort. I'm getting the points. K-Mag, I know you can do better, brother. We just got to get you a car. I own life. I hope you stay with us. But I have no power over that. Looking at our specialists, I definitely did all four. I got a new perk for manufacturer. I got to look at that. Does that mean I have a perk in Wind Tunnel? Is it like an automatic thing? All new perk unlocked. Failure chance of all upgrades reduced by 10%. So yeah, okay, that's what that is. Okay, it just automatically gives it to you. But anyway, let's go look at the standings real quick. Sergio Perez, he is behind us. We have 70, he has 66, so he's not too far off behind us. But that does help us. Where's the rivalries at? As we now have 3 rivalries, and I am beating 2 out of the 3. Lance Stroll, I'm assuming, is still a 80 overall.
The driver ratings rivalry.
He is still an 80 overall. We've already looked through all that. Chill out, woman. Okay, so he is still an 80 overall, and him being him DNFing in the last race is definitely going to help me catch up just a little bit. Am I beating him in anything? It wouldn't be experience. I don't think. So am I only beating him in pace? Is my pace an 84? Huh. That's, I don't need that. My pace is an 84. Would you look at that? That is wild. Where is our friend? Oh, these are non. There he is. So yes, I'm only beating him in pace. He's got me in everything else. But yes, so that's how that one works. Anyway, I am winning 2 out of the 3. And the Spanish Grand Prix is next in F124 in the Cringy universe and in real life as well. So, that one will be up definitely before the Spanish Grand Prix happens in real life. So, but that is the end of the Canadian Grand Prix here in the Cringy universe. I am glad we were able to get points, and I'm just hoping I can get many more to come. The fact that I am, in this game at least, able to play with triple digit difficulty it's a boost. It's a confidence boost, in my opinion. Maybe one of these days I'll actually be able to play against 110 and without the braking zones. That's what I need to learn. But I would also like to have my own steering wheel and pedals as well. So hopefully hopefully I can get one of those soonish. But yeah. Anyway, if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you can't wait for the next video, hit that subscribe button. Those two buttons put together only boost my confidence in making these videos, which I enjoy making anyway because I love playing this game. Yes, we have not seen a lot of F1 Manager, and that is mainly because of the fact that F1 Manager 24 will be out around the corner, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get past a season or two before it even happens. So it's like, I don't really see a purpose in trying and getting stuck in a storyline that we will not be able to finish. So, yes, I'm solely putting my effort into F124 for the time being until F1 Manager 24 comes out, and then we will be doing both. So, don't not worry, I didn't forget about Manager. I'm just waiting for the new one. Anyway, I don't know what it is you do outside of YouTube, but I hope you enjoy your life doing so, and I will catch you next time. Have fun.